may remember, back on April 1st, we launched a local apps competition. Why do we do that? We did it for a couple of reasons. At the very beginning of the administration, we sat down with our IT department, with Lou Hoffman, who runs our DFA department, and with Brian Osterloh and Mark Leach, and then Michelle Anders as part of our team for this as well. And we talked about making Albuquerque more transparent. We talked about accountability. We talked about making it easier for citizens of Albuquerque to monitor their local government and to see what's going on behind the scenes, if you will. And in that process, we developed ABQ View, which is really, in my opinion, if it's not it's one of the most premier transparency websites in the country. Through that process, we oh, thank you. Yeah. So we in that process, we started talking about this idea of big data. And big data is a term that gets thrown around a lot today. And what does that mean? It means that an organization the size of the city of Albuquerque has lots and lots and lots and lots of data. Well, if we can harness that data and we can put it to good use to do several things, we're going to be better off. So what are those things? Number one thing is, let's be more efficient with taxpayer dollars. Let's find a way to disseminate that big data, get the information out to the public, and try to be more efficient. Number two, let's put this data out there in a digestible, easy to digest format so that citizens of Albuquerque can use it to improve their quality of their life, to be safer, to recreate, to be well, and we're going to talk about a lot of that today. And we also wanted to use that big data to spur innovation in our community. We have entrepreneurs in the room today. We have innovators, creators, people that are very good at the computer sciences, obviously. And we wanted to tap into that energy that has come with one of the fastest growing industries in the country, and that is the business of writing applications. And then we also wanted to do things in the city of Albuquerque, like with our other programs, between Heading Home, which is our homelessness initiative, with Running Start for Careers, now with Step It Up. Everybody needs to get their pedometer, by the way, for Step It Up. If you're not wearing one, you need to be wearing one when you leave today. And we want to take these ideas in Albuquerque. We want to be an innovative city, and then we want to share these ideas with others around the country. And all of those things are coming together today. That was just getting through the first sentence of my talking points, but I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited about these opportunities. So as I said, we did it for several reasons. New Mexico, is no secret, boasts more PhDs per capita than any other state in the nation, and we realize that we need to capitalize on the intellect that we have here, and it doesn't have to be a PhD. In fact, is any one of our app writers here is anybody a PhD? I wouldn't guess you are. But we wanted to take this intellectual capital here and really put that to work. So today what we did on April 1st is we announced that we were going to put $30,000 forward to see who would come out and be competitive and write apps with some of this big data and open data sets that we have. So today we are awarding big checks, a total award of $30,000. 3 categories were based on public input. They included cultural resources category, where there's an $8,000 award, doing business, there's an $8,000 award, and then outdoor fun and healthy living, also an $8,000 award. And then we decided to also do some discretionary awards with that money. So one of those is for educational, which is make sure that someone has to be a student or a staff member, which we have on one of our apps for $3,000, and then a mayor's innovation project for $3,000 as well. We received 15 submissions, and out of that, our judging panel chose 3 winners whose apps we're going to tour here in just a few minutes. And I'm going to bring Brian Osterloh up to help us do that. The apps are available to download from iTunes and Google Play, and they're posted on the city website at apps.cabq.gov, apps.cabq.gov. And I want to thank our judging panels here in just a minute. But before I do that, I believe all these apps are free. So anybody can get on, and there's no charge for these because we want to get these in the hands of the citizens of Albuquerque. So to do this, I'm obviously not qualified from my background to judge this. So we had a number of judges, and I'd like them to stand up. Eric Gonzalez is here. He's the creative director of EFG Creative. Oh, what did I say? It's Garcia. Yeah, it says Gonzalez here. I apologize. So Gil Gonzalez. Yeah, so Eric's here. So let's give Eric a round of applause. Gil Gonzalez, who's not with us today, but he's the Chief Information Officer for the University of New Mexico. Mike Vale is the VP of IT Services, and he's the Chief Information Officer for Sandia National Laboratories. Mike's with us today. And Gilbert Montano, who's my Deputy Chief of Staff here at the City of Albuquerque. Gilbert was also a judge on this. So guys, thanks so much. So I'm going to bring Brian Osterloh up, and this team that I'm going to talk about, and I want them actually to come up here. I want Mark to come up too and just say hi, and Michelle, come up please as well. These come on up, get in the camera. So this team right here, these folks, when we talk about transparency at the City of Albuquerque, and we talk about all the great things we've done for accountability, this is the brains behind it. I tell them what I want done. I know Miguel's here. So who else? Yeah, Miguel's here in the back. He's taking pictures back there. But we've got our whole team. Peter's here. We've got this enormous team of people in our IT department who are under the direction of Lou Hoffman, who really make it their business to bring these ideas to real life, and that's no small thing. And they do it on a shoestring of a budget. I'll tell you that. So I want to give them a round of applause because they just do a great job. So let's, I'm going to have Brian go through, and we have a slideshow as well, but I'm going to go through one of the PowerPoints here to talk about this, just a quick look at the winners, and then I'm going to have Brian help you go through and navigate this. So let's look at the PowerPoint here. The first one is the most innovative mobile application for the City of Albuquerque Cultural Resources. And I'm going to let Brian go into these in much more detail. The next most innovative mobile app was for doing business in the City of Albuquerque. We want to make sure that we're promoting small business as we've been trying to work really diligently on for the last 3 years, so we have a great app for that. The most innovative mobile application for outdoor fun and healthy living. We'll have Brian run you through that, things to do at ABQ Parks. And then, of course, once again, you'll be able to pick up all of these. You can go to Google Play, you can go to iTunes, or you can go to apps.cabq.gov again. And Brian Osterloh is our team leader on this, and I'm going to have him spend just a few minutes walking you through that, and then we're going to have our 3 competitors come up, and we're going to award them their checks.
Again, thank you all for being here. We are very excited. We'll go quickly through the first one. Welcome to the City of Albuquerque. This is largely GIS based, so if you're sharing your location on your device, it will take you straight into the City of Albuquerque environs, and then you can look for things like where is the nearest library. You can click on the little button. It brings up the hours, some information, brings up an option to go to more information. And if you scroll down, you can in fact get to the portion of our website where you can find yet more information on the library. Okay. So additional items on this app. The city has a number of free Wi-Fi spots where obviously you can go in, you can access Google, or you can go to apps.cabq.gov, download these items. You can go into this app, find where those locations are. If you're getting low on your data plan, go find a Wi-Fi spot, choose it, and switch over. Additional parks, you can find locations of parks, entertainment items, city events, and golf courses. With that, and so like I said, it's a simple interface. It gets you to more information in addition to the information you've been provided directly. So we love it for the ability to move you around the information that's available through the city and through just the Albuquerque area. The second app is Welcome to the City of Albuquerque. This is the Mayor's Special Innovation Award. This took data off of not just open data site data.cabq.gov, but also took data off of other locations and out of other portions of the city's website. So here you can see a number of options. You can look at the attractions. If you want to see about the Balloon Museum, you can go in, find out a little more information, find out the hours, view the museum admission information. It's packed with information. You don't have to call the City of Albuquerque to find this. You can go online, get the app, and find a wealth of information. Chemo Theater, a lot of museums, pools. You can also go in. It has a second tab. Yes, let's go. I'm sorry. ABQ Ride. So this one's very neat. We love this. Last summer, UNM built a site called Where's My Bus? So you can go in and see what's the location of the buses. this is picking up on that, which picks up on our open data for buses. It's take a little while, you'll see the buses appear. If you watch long enough, those buses will move, and you can go outside and see they're moving right past you at that same time. This is updated every 15 to 30 seconds, so if you want to see where is the bus and you need to catch it at a stop, this app helps you get there. You can also find out information on routes. So if, for example, you're interested, you ride the 5 and it's a Saturday, you want to know what time is the bus supposed to be at this stop because you're normally there on a Thursday. Instead of having to call the city of Albuquerque, you can go onto the app, look at the schedule that's provided, and again, you can go back to where's my bus and see how close is it actually to you. Moving over to the second tab, then we have, keeping with the Step It Up ABQ, you can look in for some trail maps. The Copper Trail map brings up, I think, a very nice trail map. So you can go out for Step It Up ABQ with your pedometer, as the mayor suggested, and find out where can you go for a walk. Where can you add some steps to that pedometer? The third item then is ABQ Parks Info. This is we love the story behind this one. We love the story behind all three of these. But the developer is a mother of 2 young children. Wants to know, where can I take the kids to run off some energy when they're running errands? I think we've all been there if we have kids. So she developed a very nice user interface. This is the Education Award winner. You want to find a park. You can do that. You click on the icon and tell you the number of play areas or their basketball courts. If you click on a different icon, tells you information for that one. Let's go back, Michelle. If you want to go for a swim, you can find the locations of the swimming pools. Click on those and you can find out the number of outdoor pools. So relative to where you are, you can very easily find where you can go to do something for outdoor fun, healthy living. And then again, if you have the pedometer for Step It Up ABQ, you want to know where you can go for a run or to walk on these trails, you can go out to the Go for a Run section and find out, I can go to the Korean War Veterans Park and I can increase the number of steps on my pedometer. So we are very excited about these. We hope that you, the public, also get the same utility out of them that we feel will be there.
The first team that we're going to bring up is the Gaffney Steel team. So if you would do everybody a favor, talk about your app, tell them which app it is, talk about it just a little bit, and then give them a few minutes on what you're doing.
You got it. We had the first CDABQ app that was seen. What we wanted was a very simple, very easy to use user interface in order to find local libraries, city art, Wi-Fi hotspots, a lot of stuff that you would find when you're traveling. We have a lot of family that comes in all the time, and you know, when they travel, it's nice to pull up a map and be able to find out what's close to you, you know, the hours and locations and just general information. And then you can go to the drop pins and search around and find the actual websites and get directed to more detail in there. The app was actually my wife and her sister, Brenna and Selena. It was their idea. They saw the spot on the TV for the apps contest, and they've actually been looking for a long time on the App Store to try and find something that was about what we were looking for. So we figured that it was a great time to actually use this to go in and develop an app that we really wanted and that we felt suited the need that we were trying to find. And my brother-in-law, Steven, is he's the one that was the developer. He did all the coding work for everything that we needed, and any technical questions he can answer for those. But it was real, you know, we wanted it to just stay simple and be a really easy to use, clean navigation website. So my wife and her sister kind of designed what they wanted it to look like and just general features of it, and really go from there. And we have a lot of area that we can expand it on, and we can keep going from here and add more. We actually had set up a web page with it to have a contact page. If there's any more features or apps or anything like that that people want on it, to go ahead and contact us and let us know what other features what they'd like to see.
So it's a family affair.
It is a family affair.
That's great. That's great. Congratulations. I'll get you a check in just a minute. So let's bring up the SDI apps group and then talk about talk about, sorry for the tall podium, I apologize.
That's all right. Our app was the second one that was displayed. It's the City of Albuquerque app that uses the city seal for the icon. Our design and development team, we were very cognizant of the mayor's agenda of have transparency. So our goal was to build an app that had as much functionality that would appeal to as many persons, citizens, and visitors as possible. And that's why in the app you'll see 24 tabs. Part of the demonstration that Brian did, you can see there's a lot of functionality in there. You can check your flights, you can check the bus, you can check out hours at the biopark. So there's a lot of functionality in there, and we just wanted to make sure that we packed it as much as we could, and we believe we did.
I think you did.
Thank you.
Anybody else on your team you want to talk
Joanna wants to speak. No, she just wants to wait.
I just wanted to wait.
Tell us who else is on your team.
We have Patrice Vigil. She was my lead designer and developer on this. She's also Anderson School of Business, so she is the lead developer for SDI apps. Joanna Salinas is my director of IT, and her big part in this was predominantly with the design. Excellent.
Well, it's a great app, just like the others. So I'm an Anderson School grad myself, so kudos to Anderson School on that too.
Thank you.
Thanks. Now let's bring up Kim Hagan to talk about her app, which is the Parks app.
Yeah, unlike the others, mine's kind of a little bit diving into really deep into one data set, just one, instead of all kinds of cool stuff. But everybody already told my story, which is that we'd be out eating, and the kids would be like crazy, and we'd be like, okay, where's a place, the playground? We wouldn't always know where there was one nearby. We'd end up driving across town to a place we knew had like a play area, you know. Because if you actually look at the park's website, it doesn't tell you. It does tell you, but you have to kind of search. It doesn't say, okay, well, this is the one. If you're looking for a playground, it doesn't tell you that. You have to go look at the park and then go see, okay, does it have a playground? If you want to play tennis, same thing. So it's not really just our use case. It's other people's situations. You know, like if you want to play tennis again, like, you know, you could go look up the tennis courts, but then it doesn't tell. Then the tennis court thing doesn't say, is there other stuff at the tennis courts? You know, so it's more about finding out what are you trying to do, and then telling you where you can go to do it. Because just knowing that something's a park doesn't tell you all about the different things that there are at that park. There's a lot of different things. Albuquerque has a lot of different parks. Some of them are just grassy fields, and that's a great kind of park to have. And some of them have all kinds of amenities, all kinds of features, basketball courts, softball fields, you know, big play areas, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, when I heard about the app contest, people kind of sent it to me going, here's the thing you should do, because I've been an applications developer for many years, so they went, you should enter something, and we thought of that naturally. We should, you know, I was thinking that obviously that's like the case, you know, we should use this data, I should pull this in and make something out of that, because it's, you know, natural to actually solve that problem that we'd always had ourselves. And then also, like, we built in, I was looking at this, you know, different data sets and building in all the different uses. Like I said, like, I want to go to a playground, other people want to go play softball, so let's, you know, fill that need. Other people probably have this need, so let's, you know, solve that kind of problem for everybody of finding out where can you go to do these things.
Great, thank you. Thanks so much, Kim. So you know, so we're hearing these stories. So one of the really neat things for me is that this is homegrown stuff here. This isn't some mega corporation somewhere. This is people, I'm assuming, working in living rooms, working in your home. What's that?
Home office.
Yeah, working in the home office, doing this stuff, and that's this whole idea that we're talking about, and we're talking about this right now with UNM, with President Frank, and this idea of an innovation square, and bringing this entrepreneurial spirit and incentivizing and putting the carrots out there for people to take their abilities and their needs, and this, you know, necessity being the mother of invention. That's what this is all about, finding something that you don't have today, using the data that our team at the IT department is putting out there for your use, and really making that something special. So what we have here, and now this is the best part for these guys, what we have here is we have individual checks. So this is the Gaffney team, the Sean Gaffney team. So there's $8,000 for them. This is the SDI team, which is the second app that you saw that also won the $8,000 plus the $3,000 Mayor's Innovation Bonus on theirs. And then for Kim, here's also an $11,000 check for her. So this is this is cool stuff. I'm just going to end on this, and then I know the media may want to ask some questions of the app designers or of our team as well, so we'll open it up for questions in a minute. But think about what I talked about at the beginning. Talk about taxpayer dollars. Every time somebody calls into 311 and says, "Where's my bus?" it costs $1.87, I think is the number, or almost, more than $1.50. When you look at the multi-million-dollar budget that we have for 311, and you realize that when we took over this administration, almost half of our phone calls, Esther Tenenbaum will tell you, to 311 were, "Where's my bus?" So not only is this more convenient for the users, for example, on the SDI team, but we can save, did we come up with a number on this yesterday?
$1.86.
It's $1.86, but what do we, so how many calls have we?
60,000 calls less this fiscal year than the previous period.
Yeah, by putting the data out there, so 60,000 calls. So we have a $30,000 contest here. One of our apps already is part of the solution with ABQ, Where's My Ride, to save $60,000, $70,000 of taxpayer money. And then, of course, just the quality of life initiatives as well. So I'm really proud of my team. As a mayor, this is just one of the really fun things we've been able to do from a transparency and accountability standpoint. I'm really glad that we have a group of homegrown individuals that are doing great things. So now what we need to do is get this out there, get the word out there, use this as a synergy, as a catalyst to get out there and start more people thinking about what they can do. The data sets are there. There's more data. We've put more data out there than you can absolutely imagine. So anybody that's watching this can get on there. We may do some other contests in the future. We'll see how it works out. But once again, thanks to all the folks that applied. Thanks to our IT team, and appreciate everybody coming today.